This is one of those combos that's used so much in music, so you really want to be able to do some of these like really well, okay? Hey, what's up everybody? It's Dylan with E7 Music School, and today we're going to be going over Falling Away From Me by Korn. This song is super awesome. It has a lot of fun groove parts in it and some cool fills. So if you learned something today, go ahead and like this video, comment down below whatever part you liked, and yeah, let's just go ahead and jump straight into it. Cool. So after that, we're going to have a small pause section where we rest and just keep time for 4 bars. So let me go ahead and show you that. And then after that, we're going to get back into the verse beat, but with this time a little bit of a twist. So let me go ahead and just show you guys what that looks like, and then I'll go over it with you guys after that. So let me keep time and show you. Cool. So that's what we're going to be doing right here. So honestly, this is probably like the most fun part of the song for me. So let me go ahead and break this down for you guys. So we have, after we get into it from the and in the rest, we have 1, 2, 3. Cool. So when we get to 4, how we did that bass, snare, and we're going to do that same thing here where we have bass, snare, but we're going to do bass, snare, bass, and then instead of doing bass, bass, snare again, like how we loop it, we're going to just get rid of that, and we're only going to do the snare. We're just going to not play those bass basses. So let me show you what I mean a little bit more. So we have 1, 2, 3, and a bass, snare, and a 3, bass, snare, and right, that's where bass should go. Bass, snare, and a bass, snare, and a bass, snare, and a bass, snare, bass. So go ahead and try to get that down. If you need more help, just take it really slow. So now that we got that, we're going to do that for the first 2, and then for the next 2, instead of doing bass, snare, we're going to do bass, snare, bass, snare. Bass, snare, bass. Okay? So we have 1, 2, 3, bass, snare, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Cool. So let me play all 4 of those for you guys without music so you can see what it looks like. All 4 of those. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, bass, snare, bass, 4, 5. Alright, and then we're going to go into another rest section, and when he says fall, he's like fall, after that 8 measure of us resting, then we're going to jump back into another intro beat, okay? So you remember the bass, snare, and bass, crash, and snare. So we're going to do that, and we're going to crash 8 times. So we have 8 measures of that crash, and on the 8th one we have a fill. So let me go ahead and show you guys that fill at the 8th one, but let's get there first. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. So starting at 301, here we go.
It's falling away from me. was falling away from me.
Cool. So that fill, let me just go ahead and show you one more time how that goes. It's so you're gonna do bass, bass, crash, crash, and I crash with China. He also does. If you don't have a China cymbal, then just use your regular one. But I would use a different crash than the one you're going to use at the end. So if you're going to do this, that's cool with me. Just if you have one crash too, maybe you can play with the dynamics of it. So dynamics is just a fancy term for how loud you're playing something, how softly, where you're playing it at, like what the tone is of it. It's just the properties of the sound that you're making, basically, okay? So we have bass, bass, crash, crash, bass, bass, crash, crash, and then we have bass snare and bass snare, bass snare and bass snare, bass snare and bass snare. So bass, snare is by itself, and is by itself, bass is by itself, and then the next snare is with hi-hats. This is one of those combos that's used so much in music, so you really want to be able to do some of these like really well, okay? So bass, bass, crash, crash, bass snare and bass snare. Then we're home free. All we got to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, crash. And I'm doing high and floor again just because I think it sounds the most accurate. Okay, so the whole thing together. Bass, bass, crash, crash, bass snare and bass snare. 1, 2, 3, 4, crash. Bass, bass, snare, snare, bass snare and bass snare. High, high, floor, floor, crash. Bass, bass, crash, crash, bass snare and bass snare. 1, 2, 3, 4, crash. Bass, bass, crash, crash, bass snare and bass snare. 1, 2, 3, 4, crash. So putting that at speed. So, guys, if you had a really good time, if you learned something, leave us a comment, like the video, share it with somebody else. For real though, guys, thank you for stopping by. It really does mean a lot. So, I hope to see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching, and later. Stay awesome.